in-depth, investigative. This is KXAN News Today.
Texas lawmakers want to understand how the Texas lottery let one group all but ensure a $95 million jackpot win. Thanks for joining us. I'm Tom Miller. Lottery officials answered some questions earlier this week on this, and KXAM's Adam Schwager reports on the lottery's response, what lawmakers want to see done.
You know, I haven't got mad this whole session yet. I'm about ready to.
State senators placing pressure on the Texas lottery.
$25 million of single ticket purchases is an absolute sign of money laundering.
The contentious nature of this hearing stems from a 2023 lottery drawing where a single buyer was able to use courier methods to buy nearly every single number combination, mainly using online courier services to place the bets. Lawmakers argued an internal lottery rule change allowed these mobile mass lottery orders to happen.
You changed what a payslip was from a readable hard card only to a physical or electronic means by which a player communicates their intended play selection.
Lottery Director Ryan Mindell claimed the agency had very little power to do anything about the courier services.
We undid those rules just to make clear that, again, we have no authority over these entities.
They had plenty of times to come to the legislature to stop this, and they didn't.
The majority of the 2023 jackpot tickets were bought in 4 locations, all of whom asked for more machines the week of to handle the extra load. Lawmakers are questioning why these red flags were ignored.
Is buying $25 million of $1 tickets a sign of money laundering? Yes or no?
I can't answer that question.
Wow.
With the agency in a sunset review requiring legislative approval this session to keep it operating, some lawmakers wouldn't be sad to see the Texas Lottery Commission go.
When an agency acts this bad, there will be consequences for it.
I have a problem with people in government who feel they're above the law. That's what this commission has done.
In Austin, Adam Schwager.
Well, lawmakers also expressed concerns about courier services allowing underage Texans to play the lottery. We reach out to representatives with the Texas Lottery, and they've declined to comment on this story.
First warning weather with meteorologist Tommy House.
4:32 on this Friday morning, and happy Valentine's Day. Yesterday was a chilly Thursday. Our high temperature was just 47 degrees, and I do anticipate some colder air today as well. Now, Saturday looks a bit warmer. We'll get to that in my full forecast. Today, right now, the 37. I think some of these clouds are actually keeping us above freezing for the most part around our area. Some 20s out toward the hill country, though. Clouds and radar, not too much to talk about precipitation-wise. We do have a low-level clouds that will remain in play. Rain chances, though, will increase throughout your Friday. I'm giving a 30% chance through the afternoon and evening hours, especially for our eastern counties. So for those outdoor Valentine's Day dinner reservations, I would have an umbrella and rain jacket close by. I don't think it's going to be a widespread event. With these temps right now continuing to warm up slowly throughout the day, I think our highs will get up into the low 50s. So I'm tracking a cooler day today. Tomorrow is going to be a different story, but another front moves through Saturday into Sunday. I'll show you just how cold we get next week. That's coming up in just a bit.
Thank you, Tommy. Let's talk about AI. And artificial intelligence has gone from an abstract concept to an everyday tool. As this technology's influence grows, so does the need for facilities that power it. And this week, we learned one of those facilities is going to be built in San Marcos. KXAN's Sam Stark talked to an expert to learn how a new AI data center could impact that booming city.
Whether it is a funny generated photo online or a tool to help you better understand a topic, millions of people are using AI every day, but its use comes with a cost.
So when you type into Google and it gives you the AI search results, requires 10 times the amount of electricity as a standard search query.
Samantha Shorey, who currently works at the University of Pittsburgh, says anything being stored externally in the cloud is actually being stored in a physical data center, which are all over the U.S. It is in facilities like these where AI computing happens, and she says that takes a lot of power.
When we think about AI, we're witnessing an acceleration of the need for for data center storage and compute power.
Cloudburst Data Centers announced this week that it is building a new AI data center in San Marcos. It said construction could start on the campus as soon as April and finish by the summer of 2026. While AI data centers are known to use a great deal of power, Cloudburst said it is committed to sustainability. The San Marcos campus will be powered by natural gas, which will be delivered to the company via a pipeline.
I feel a lot of excitement for its ability to support and lift up trade workers and blue-collar workers in Texas.
Shuri said she feels confident the new facility will be a boon for the San Marcos economy.
So McKinsey estimates that by 2030, the capital that's going to be spent on constructing data centers could be close to $250 billion.
Sam Stark, KXAN News.
AI data centers require a lot of water to cool down their equipment as well. And we asked San Marcos leaders about that facility's water plan. We'll share that information if and when they get back to us. Going in depth on this, though, a few weeks ago, President Trump announced a joint venture called Stargate. That plan is to invest more than $500 billion in AI infrastructure. Texas is going to play a major role with 10 data centers, all under construction across the state. Good morning. It is early on Valentine's Day as we take a lovely look from on top of the KXAN News Studio out over downtown Austin. Happy to have you with us. Hope you're enjoying some coffee or tea and getting your day off to a great start. You should know you should soon or could soon save some money on your property taxes as the Texas Senate unanimously approved a roughly $2.7 billion tax cut. This bill raises the homestead exemption rate to $140,000. So what this means is you can subtract that amount off the taxable value of your home before it is taxed by your local school district. And it will save the average homeowner about $363 per year. Some Texans, though, they could pay nothing on school district taxes if their home's value is less than $140,000. The bill would also raise the exemption rate to $150,000 for disabled homeowners and people 65 and older. The author of that bill says it could help a lot of Texans.
The fact that 80 to 90% of their tax bills could be zero means that they get to stay in their homes after paying a lifetime of taxes. And that's a moral responsibility that I think we should have from the state of Texas.
You're going to have a chance to weigh in here. If this bill passes the House and is signed by the governor, it would then be up to Texas voters to approve the exemption and that increase at the ballot. Good morning. A live look from downtown Austin, high atop the Austonian camera, looking out west. Purple lights and some red lights on top of those buildings there. Not necessarily in honor of Valentine's Day, but we'll take it. This time of year, the live oaks start to sway as Austin FC is preparing for its season to kick off. And the Verde and Black will sport a new jersey in their kit rotation this year. Look at this. The club calls it the Heartbeat Kit. Celebration last night, fans gathering in East Austin at Parrish to get their hands on the latest look and celebrate the start of the season. Here's what the club's saying about the new version of Verde.
We wanted to do something that was a little bit different, as you said, a little bit of a departure, but also remain true to the core brand principles.
So look closely, you'll see some little touches like the heart symbol on the bottom of the front. The back of the neck has the chant Verde Listos. KXAN and CW Austin has you covered with the Verde Lights, our weekly show dedicated to all things Austin FC, returning next Saturday morning. It is February 22nd at 11. Normally that show's on CW Austin. Next week, though, we'll be on KXAN. And the team is hosting Sporting Kansas City later that night to kick off the season. This is a good time of year when soccer season starts. A lot to be proud of with Austin FC.
Yes.
And cool to see the new kit.
I really want to get to a match. I haven't yet. And I've only seen great things. Green's my favorite color. I mean, what am I doing?
Yeah, well, hey, there's this could be the season.
Yeah, this could be the season. And we're transitioning into a nicer weather pattern. We see some big temperature fluctuations, though, across the next 7 days. Right now, we have some freezing temperatures in the hill country, 37 downtown Austin, 36 Georgetown, upper 30s toward Milam Lee and Fayette County. Next 24 hours will be a bit cooler. Our normal highs in the mid to upper 60s. We'll get up to the low 50s today with clouds and some afternoon spotty showers from time to time. Here's how it looks right now. Nothing to talk about, just some low-level clouds sticking around through much of central Texas. Here's your day planner at 7 a.m. We'll go from the mid 30s back up to the mid 40s. And then 50 degrees by 4 p.m., 30% chance of rain by 4 p.m. itself. So I would bring an umbrella and rain jacket to any sort of outdoor reservation plans. I don't think you need to wear it throughout the entirety of the day. High resolution model shows a little bit of scattered shower activity, especially for our eastern counties throughout the morning into the afternoon. You'll notice by around 1 p.m., most of the hill country will be dry. So if you're heading out to the hill country, maybe for some wine, things shouldn't be too rainy there. It's more soggy farther east through the rest of the evening hours. Overnight Friday into Saturday. We'll start off Saturday with some clouds and some patchy fog and a 10% chance of rain through the morning hours. We'll get some clearing by the afternoon. Temperatures should go up to the upper 60s, low 70s, but an Arctic front arrives Saturday evening, and that's really going to be dropping temperatures Saturday night into your Sunday. Here's your weekend forecast: 70 for your Saturday, 52 on Sunday, much more breezy as well for the second half of your weekend with sunny skies. Austin Marathon for your Sunday morning. It's going to be in the 30s, feeling like the teens and 20s, so bundle up. It's going to be a biting wind chill. By 9:40 and then by 11 a.m., 46 degrees. A lot of temperature changes. The roller coaster here in central Texas, going from the 70s back down to the 50s, 60s on Monday and Tuesday, and a stronger cold front, one of the strongest of the season. It's going to be freezing. High temperatures in the low 40s, overnight lows in the 20s. So the plants, bring them in, take them out, bring them in, take them out. And maybe with some cold air in play, we could see some sort of wintry mix in precipitation Tuesday into Wednesday. There's not a lot of computer model agreement with this, and we're also still several days away, so make sure you stay with KXAN for the latest updates on that. We have a wintry mix or a cold rain possible Tuesday night into your Wednesday. Today, though, 51 cloudy. Overall, it's going to be a relatively cooler day compared to where we should be, and it was kind of like yesterday's forecast. Yesterday's high was 47. Tonight, 49, mostly cloudy, patchy fog. Winds will be light out of the southeast, and your 7-day forecast is all over the place temperature-wise. 70 for your Saturday, then the front arrives somewhere around 5 and 7 p.m. Overnight lows near freezing for your Sunday, 52 on Sunday, 60 for President's Day, 64 on your Tuesday, and then a stronger front arrives back down to the 40s for highs on your Wednesday and Thursday, and overnight lows next Wednesday morning and Thursday morning, below freezing.
KXAN has received a lot of tips over the years about child support and the process meant to compel those payments. The Office of the Texas Attorney General enforces child support, and officials there applaud what they call success in collecting money, attributing much of that to recent upgrades in technology. But data from December shows the amount owed statewide now tops $21 billion. And investigator Arzo Dos found some parents say the state system doesn't always help families fast enough.
In the few minutes she can spare between two jobs, Ashley Bowling works quickly to pick up what's piled up around her house. Ta-da! The Round Rock mom runs a cleaning service and provides home health care and admits it's tough.
There's never enough time. There's never enough money. There's never enough me. There's never enough help.
Bowling is a single parent to 3 girls. She says she's had challenges getting help from their dads, especially her middle daughters.
He left when she was 5 weeks old.
Bowling shared payment records from the Office of the Attorney General, detailing what he's paid since 2018 and what he still owes. Nearly $40,000 in child support and medical insurance.
I'm one paycheck away from being homeless. We're out of vehicle because my car transmission went out. The electricity bill that is constantly on a disconnect notice.
Bowling says she's repeatedly called the agency, and officials there tell her they can't locate him to make him pay.
If I can't get him in front of a judge for a judge to hold him in contempt, then we don't move forward.
Since 1997, Texas law has required the Attorney General's office to publicly name parents behind on child support. Then in 2019, the AG's office created the Child Support Evader website, which solicits tips online to find parents avoiding payments. To be on the list, a parent must owe more than $5,000 in court-ordered child support, have an arrest warrant issued, and regularly fail to pay in the last 6 months. As of December, there were more than 410,000 cases falling into that time frame. Yet, only 7 parents are on the public webpage. It shows 60 have been arrested between 2006 and late last year. Bowling says her ex should be on that list, but he isn't.
I feel for these parents that need help, and I really wanted to make a difference in that program, even though it doesn't get a lot of publicity, but it does really matter.
At a recent Texas Senate finance hearing, Attorney General Ken Paxton fielded questions from state lawmakers considering his agency's latest budget proposal.
Regarding our child support programs, does our level of funding enable your staff to respond timely to complaints about child support payments?
I'm really pleased with what's happened with child support over the last, say, 4 years. We were trying to speed up the process because it was all getting stuck up in the bureaucracy, and we're trying to figure out how can we get these people help faster.
So, what does Paxton's agency say it needs to do that? In the latest figures we obtained from the Legislative Budget Board, the AG's office requested more than $390 million for child support enforcement next fiscal year. That would be a $25 million increase from the current fiscal year's appropriation. For weeks, we emailed and called Paxton's office to ask how additional funding could help stop child support evaders.
Hello, you've reached the press office for the Texas Attorney General.
No one responded.
General Paxton?
Paxton also refused to speak with our team in person at the Capitol after that hearing. Still, we do know the state has found ways to punish many parents avoiding child support. In severe cases, parents have been sent to jail. And last year alone, more than 92,000 liens were filed on property, bank accounts, or retirement plans. Almost 82,000 passports were denied. Nearly 21,000 vehicle registrations were blocked, plus more than 1,000 licenses, including driver's licenses, were suspended.
That often is what will bring people forward, is suspending an occupational license, making it so they can't leave the country because they no longer have a valid passport, making it so that they can't go hunting with their friends.
Jennifer Severn is a family law attorney. Up until last September, she worked in the AG's child support division.
For each attorney, there are thousands of active cases.
Do you think our state's enforcement measures are working?
I think that the state is doing the best job they can with the resources that they have.
Ultimately, Severn says hiring a private attorney is the quickest way to see any money. Bowling says she tried that option, but eventually couldn't afford it anymore. So, for now, she'll continue working to provide for her girls on her own.
I can't be the mom that I thought I would always be. And none of it feels good. And there's never enough to fulfill the need. And nothing's gonna change.
We tried to reach Bowling's ex, but have not heard back. She's not even in touch with him and says after we started looking into her case, he did make a few payments around the holidays, but that's since stopped again. She has shared her concerns with lawmakers. Now, this legislative session, several bills have been filed, including paying retroactive child support beginning on the date of the child's conception and lowering the interest rate on overdue child support payments. Senator Judith Zaffirini is behind that legislation and says lowering the financial pressure on overdue balances would encourage more parents to pay what they owe. We will, of course, be tracking these bills and keep you posted. At the Capitol, Arzo Dost, KXAN Investigates.
It is such an important story. Thank you, Arzo. Last session, lawmakers gave judges the power to order parents behind on child support payments to get a job or enroll in a community employment program. For more details, you can head to the investigative section of KXAN.com and look for this story to see how Texas compares with other states when it comes to collecting child support. This story started as a tip. If you have something you think we should investigate, you can email us at reportit@KXAN.com. Coming up, how a first responder nearly ended up in the ocean out in California. If you're listening on the KXAN Today podcast, thanks for joining us. We'll hope you'll join us on air for that. And you can find all our stories on our website, KXAN.com.